Hey everybody, it's Christine up today with a new layout for Simple Stories. I am using the Winter Cottage collection, and once again inspired by the tags in this collection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and I am going to put them all around the outside of a circle and create a border using them. Now, this is a little tricky, but you're going to see how it comes together for me. Not super tricky, just a little bit tricky. You can see that I'm putting the angles of the tags so that they make a perfect V. So there's overlap behind the circle, but there's minimal overlap on the front part of the circle. There's just a smidge, but you can see it makes a perfect V, and as you space it, it just kind of starts to make sense as you go. And these are all cut out from one of the patterned papers in this collection, so you don't even have to buy separate tags or any separate embellishments or anything. It is literally just one of the patterned papers. Simple Stories has had these tags in a lot of their collections lately, and they have a front side that has nothing on them, and then they have a back side that has words and icons and stuff, but it's still tags. So both front and back are tags that you could use in a variety of ways. Obviously, you can also obviously make use of them on Christmas presents and things like that. So one thing I'm paying attention to is just not putting the same color right next to each other. Other than that, no real like specific order or pattern to it. And you can see how the backside looks. Now, without really intending to, it kind of has a quilted look. That wasn't my goal, but that's how it worked out. And you can see I've got that beautiful blue paper for the center of my circle, as well as this kind of really khaki color for my base. And both of those are in the basics part of this collection. You can get a set of cardstock with these colors and a few others in it. So a nice addition if you want to be able to match your cardstock perfectly. Now, another product that I've really been drawn to a lot lately is their chipboard frames. And I am going to make serious use of the chipboard frames today, actually layering one on top of another. So that's kind of a different approach, but that is where I landed and what I was happiest with. So what I really like about this specific one is that it'll hold two pictures, and I like the color. I like the pop of that deep red right in the middle of the layout. And so that one was really working. What I don't like is the bottom part of it, where it says love, and it didn't really fit with my specific pictures. I've got snow pictures here. And so I kind of spent a lot of time looking at how I could eliminate the bottom of the frame but still keep the top of it. Now the frame itself, size wise, is about 3 by 4 approximately. You can see how like a full 4 by 6 picture would fit right in there if you were splitting it in half. And so it's about 3 by 4, so you can fit 2 pictures in there pretty easily. And I like the option to go with 2, just because I often do multi-photo layouts over single picture layouts. Now, many of you have commented that you really enjoy seeing me take the time to flesh out where I'm going with things. And I mean, I could spend an hour showing you all that, but I am going to give you a little peek today into how some of that, again, comes together, some of the things that I just play with and move and such. And so right now you're seeing part of that process. I am trying to figure out how to put these pictures on here without them looking like they are in the middle of a Target, centered and etc. And so I'm just playing with right now with some off-white patterned paper some off-white paper cardstock and some green patterned paper, seeing if there's a way to make those add some layers in so it pops a little bit more, and trying to determine whether I like that or not. So you saw I kept cutting it down to figure out what size was quite right, and I ended up making it fit inside of the circle. And so that is a little design tip for you. Like, not overlapping and hiding the look of the tags was important to me. And so once I landed somewhere, I was pretty happy with how it came together. As I mentioned earlier, I really liked a lot of the chipboard frames. So now I have taken this frame, and I know it doesn't look like a frame, but it was a frame before I cut off the top of it. And I am going to use that on the bottom to cover up the love. And I just really liked the scallop look on this one. I also liked the off-white. I don't know, something about this. I really wanted to be able to use it, but it did not work with my pictures how it was already set up. And so I figured out a way to make it work. Now you can see I added adhesive to it to make it nice and strong. And now I'm going to build onto that even more, creating a bigger scene with the houses and trees and such. So I'm going to add some additional trees in here, both ephemera and chipboard. So from the bits and pieces ephemera and the chipboard to just create a bigger scene to make it look like it all fit in and belongs there. I'm adding the Winter Wonderland chipboard up at the top above the frame, and then you can see how I've really built out the entire bottom part of that frame, really making it a big focal point underneath the pictures and expanding upon the design that Simple Stories started and taking their other products to make it one of a kind for myself and to fit this layout. So one thing I do want to point out is this collection is called Winter Cottage, and it obviously has all the winter elements, but it will also work for Christmas. So if you're looking for a collection that combines both, that will really work in both directions, this is a really good one to get your hands on, because you can see you've got the reds and greens and trees and all that stuff in there, as well as some of the more winter themed elements. Now I'm basically happy with where things are landing on the bottom part of my layout. Now I want to make sure I've got a good balance going on. The only thing I'm not loving is in the snow area, the scalloped snow at the bottom of the frame there. I don't love the word cozy up. It feels too small. So I'm going to kind of think on that and see if I can figure out something better to put there. Now, to bring in some balance, I am going to go ahead and create a little scene up at the top there by Winter Wonderland. And you can see there I played with where it was going to land, if there was, better on both sides or one side or the other. And I really like how it looks being on the right side here. And so I'm going to use both trees and snowflakes as accents here. Again, really working with the chipboard and the bits and pieces ephemera. Now, seeing as I have snow pictures, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the word burr for my main title. Originally, I thought Winter Wonderland was going to be my main title, but it's going to end up kind of being a subtitle because burr is nice and big, and I like how it looks there. It covers up that cozy up, which didn't really fit a picture of one person, and it fits the pictures perfectly, and I love how it brings in all the colors in this collection. So I'm going to add that down there at the bottom of that frame. So I was not kidding. I have got layers and layers of chipboard here. Not too thick. It doesn't feel wobbly or anything, but there's definitely a lot of layers in there, specifically of chipboard, which is not something I do a whole lot of. But go big or go home, right? It works, and so I've got that all layered in there. So be sure to stop by the Simple Stories blog, and you can see more close-ups of this layout, and I will link you up to the products in the description down below. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you aren't already a subscriber, and we will see you again next time.